Hello, babies. I'm playing this game. I don't know. It just seemed like a fun time. I think it's been out for like 12,000 years, but you know, I'm not exactly always coming to things on time, am I? Well, here's my character, Slim Stinkwood. The appearance was randomly generated, but the name is all my own. And now here I am, 16, and on my way to Iris Academy, an actual school for magic. The school lies in a hidden valley in the Green Mountains, about 150 miles from my home in New Hampshire. Okay, well, we're located in the Americas then. Good to know. I am not particularly smart and even less cute. This is sad. Yeah, this is a very American-looking school. I've never been to an American school, but this is what they look like in my mind. Pretty buildings, lots of trees and wide open spaces. Summer is still lingering here. The leaves haven't yet started to turn. I walk a little faster, feeling slightly too warm in this long robe and cape. Flower beds and arches stretch out around me, so many doors and windows, and they all look the same. There are 3 residential halls for girls and 3 for boys. None for non-binary people, as fucking usual. Okay, I just bumped into somebody apparently. This is a good start, we're doing good here. Oops, sorry. He's an older man in school robes with no hall symbol on them, which means he's probably a professor. This is not a good first impression. He has a lovely voice, dark and rich, with a refined British accent, and he doesn't seem to be too angry with me. Slim Stinkwood, sir. First time saying that out loud. I just got here, and I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be. My voice trails off as I notice he's no longer looking at me. Instead, he's paging through the large book he was carrying. Miss Stinkwood, was it? Wild seed, how unsurprising. Wild? More than likely a complete waste of my time. You have no idea how much you've been given, and you will throw it all away. He scribbles something into the book, then slams it shut. 10 demerits, not a promising start. Wow, minus 10 merits, or 10 demerits I suppose, for walking into him, which I guess that's just where we're starting from then. My own letter informed me that I would have 2 roommates, but didn't tell me their names or anything else about them. I haven't even seen anyone wearing a horse insignia. All I can do is find my room and wait for them to show up. Here it is, room 3. I open the door and pick up my suitcases. Nearly said suitcases, which is not a thing, I don't think. Hi, I'm Slim. Are you my roommate? One of them, I'm Ellen. That's Virginia's bed, but she went out to talk to somebody. Somebody who was writing this game had Virginia on the mind, and this was their outlet for it, I suppose. Okay, this is Virginia, the person, not the state. Okay, do I want to meet Virginia's brothers, or stay here alone and unpack my stuff? This, I think, is an important choice for my social future. Time to unpack my stuff alone. Hello, my little flower buds. Welcome to Iris Academy. I start to applaud, but freeze as I realize no one else is. Then Virginia, beside me, picks up the clapping loudly. Soon the whole room is cheering. The witch holds up her hands, and the room settles back into silence. My name is Professor Potsdam, and I will be one of your instructors in the ways of magic. For some of you, this is the beginning of an adventure such as you have never imagined. For others, this is only the next step in a journey you have been expecting all of your lives. So the evil house for the girls is the snakes, but for the boys it's the toads. That sucks. They drew the short straw on that. That's a poopy name, honestly. For testing purposes, your instructors will regularly set you practical challenges in the school dungeons. That doesn't sound normal or safe, but okay, who am I to argue? I'm not a fucking wizard teacher. Okay, yeah, and my character has latched on to the alarming part of this. I think blue magic is maybe a safer choice. Or white magic. Maybe white magic first. Let me guess, if I click on something else, yeah, it moves. So it's 1 thing per day. do white magic, then black magic. I only sleep on Friday, apparently. The rest of the time I'm awake forever. When I arrive at the classroom, I find Professor Potsdam standing by the chalkboard. Good morning, Starshines. You'll need to sit down before we can start, but take your time, relax, get comfortable. That's very important when working with this particular style of magic. To some people, white is the absence of colour, a blank canvas. In the non-magical world, white is a complex spectrum. All colours combined into one. In some ways, you could think of white magic as either of these things. White magic is the tool you use to access the spiritual realm. Ghosts, dreams, creatures from other planes, the thoughts of those around you. That's fucking weird. With white magic, you can experience and communicate with all things that are normally hidden. Okay, I get 1 magic skill and 1 stress. That's an enviable stress bar right there. And now we're on to the next day. For those of you who are new to our magical traditions, I should reassure you that black magic has nothing to do with death or evil. There's no such thing as evil magic. There's only magic. You just said people tried to control other people's minds. Don't fucking pull this shit saying there's no evil magic, you liar. Since you're enchanting matter and bones are matter, you could use black magic to animate a skeleton, right? Of course that's the first fucking thing someone asks. Amazing. Oh, I mean, I'd be there straight away, to be honest. How can I make a skeleton move around? How can I make my own skeleton move around? That would be... Fuck. What if you animate somebody's bones when they're still alive? You can just make them move around like a puppet. She's just saying it's an interesting question, which is probably a fair answer. Like sometimes when you get asked things, someone asks something weird, you just let the question slide, never answer it. In 6 years they're like Voldemort or something. Okay, to make something walk around, you need to bind a spirit to it. Right, we're doing potions apparently. I suppose that is a kind of physical magic. Ooh, 3 black magic and 3 stress. Wow, that's a lot more stressful than white magic apparently. I think the next one was blue magic? Yes, okay. Uh-oh, I've managed to avoid whatever the fuck his name is, the pretend Snape. Up until now, but he's here now, I guess. Here you will be learning the subtle art of blue magic, bewitch the mind, ensnare the senses, and other such things. Right, and now this was the gym day. There doesn't seem to be any teachers assigned to the gym, just a bunch of equipment that everyone can use. Well, hello there, male voice. I turn to see who's speaking. Okay, it's a demon boy who's winking at me. Okay, this is the start of something. He's dressed like a student, but I'm sure I didn't see him at orientation. I would have noticed. Okay, should I ask about the wings or pretend that the wings don't matter? I'm just going to ask about the wings. Why do you have wings? That's not how I'd have phrased that. What's he really supposed to say to that, really? You're new at this, aren't you? It's better to be honest, because he's going to know one way or another anyway. I'm sort of wild seed. And a lovely blossom you are, wow. But really, I don't know how things work. Is that normal for born wizards to have wings? Normal? I'd rather not have you think of me as anything so ordinary. What? Wings can be merely a fashion statement. They're available at the local store if you like your own. So you can buy wings. Are you teasing me? Yes and no. You'll have to discover the truth for yourself. My name is Damien. Okay, so the demon boy is called Damien. And you are? Slim. Leave the last name out. It's better that way. He takes my hand and bows over it, his wings fluttering behind his back. He's being a little bit too much of a nice guy. A pleasure to meet you. Damien, that's a sort of unfortunate name, isn't it? Especially with those wings. People might think you're a devil. See, that's the sort of thing that I would have not said. But he's apparently fine with it. I'm sure you know better than to judge by appearances. I literally asked why you had wings as the first thing I said. You better get on with your physical training. You'll need your strength next week. This guy is more trouble than he's worth. What happens next week? You'll find out. You fucker, you piece of shit. What is the actual point of telling me then? Just fuck off somewhere. Okay, so I've got the choice of whether or not I want to go to the mall or be fucking boring. And as much as I'd like to be boring, and this is probably what I would do in reality, I'm actually going to go to the mall, I think. The mall is not very large or very crowded, at least from where I'm standing. Witches and wizards easily outnumber shoppers in ordinary clothes, but no one reacts to the sight. I guess if students come here all the time, they get used to it. This branch of the mall looks like a dead end. There's only one shop front. It's blackened out with a "Coming Soon" sign on the door, but as I get closer, a patch of wall blurs and shimmers to reveal a second door marked with a star. Marvelous magical accoutrements. I definitely said that wrong. Okay, I can buy things. Okay, there's a furry set for $120. That's a fucking racket right there, but once again, we are called to the gymnasium first thing Monday morning. Only this time, there are even more people here. Is this a meeting of the whole school? Good morning, everyone. My name is William Danson, and I'm your upcoming senior class president. Oh, I see you're having class presidents. Once again, this is a very American take on a certain magic school property, which I will not name. But for the next week, half of you will be calling me Sir William, will we? Welcome to Freshman Initiation. Now, all of you freshmen, please line up. One at a time, come up on stage, announce your name and where you're from, and receive one of these initiation handbooks. This sounds terrifying. We're required to memorize the names of all the seniors, and throughout the week, we have to address them as Sir or Lady whatever. I see. We have to memorize a silly poem and recite it on command. We must never show our backs to a senior. We must never be taller than a senior. What? We must always respond to requests with... Wait, William's at the podium again. Now, as well as serving and honoring the entire senior class, each of you will become the property of one of the seniors. What? Your senior is your master, your best friend, your worst nightmare, and your only protection from the rest of us. What the fuck is the point? What? He steps away from the podium while we freshmen look at each other nervously. The seniors start to move around the room, poking and prodding and calling out orders like this is some kind of fucking horse market. You're taller than me, freshman. Get down on the ground. Don't turn away from me, freshman. I see your back. Ellen and I end up kneeling back to back, watching as the sharks circle. You. I look up and see... I predicted this was fucking gonna happen. I look up and see Damien standing over me. Of course, he's an upperclassman. This must be what he was saying would happen next week. Slim Stinkwood. I think you should be mine. Oh... God, that name is only going to make things worse, isn't it? Slim Stinkwood, I think you should be mine. You don't have to worry about the rules, if I'm with you. Only what I say matters. Here, take my hand, I'll help you. No, I'm going to start with defiance. I don't need help. I climb to my feet and brush off my knees. So what should we... I said take my hand. What? Down on the ground, freshman. He raises his hand angrily and my knees buckle almost on instinct. There's a good girl. Okay, well this got strange very quickly. You've got to understand, Slim. There are rules to this game. You have to follow them, and so do I. I don't... Oh, I can scroll up. I just realized that by accident. I don't want you to get in trouble. Just do what I say, alright? Okay, I think I will not push my luck here. I mean, I could find out what happens if I do, but I think it's going to be me getting in fucking trouble, probably getting demerited. So I'll just do what I'm supposed to do. All right. Good. Now take my hand. With Damien's help, I climb to my feet. Come on, I'll walk you to the door. You need to stay by me until you're out of sight of the other seniors. Then you can plan the rest of your week in peace. What happens for the rest of the week? More of the same, mostly. They'll boss you around when they see you and make you say embarrassing things. Then on Friday, everyone hugs and makes up. What is the fucking point of this? This is bullshit. I'd suggest studying blue magic this week. Is that an order, sir? Just a suggestion. When I give you an order, you'll know. I can't tell if he's into this or not. Neither can I, to be honest. I'm walking back to my room when I hear someone yelling up ahead. Lower, freshman. Yes, Lady Angela. Ellen bends her knees, but the older girl follows suit. You're still too tall. Lower. Poor Ellen tries to make herself even smaller. If that senior notices me, she'll just start yelling at me too. I can't make her stop, but I feel like I ought to do something. Hey, leave her alone. Is she yours? She's a horse, and this is our hall. You go on now. People ought to be safe in their own dorms and classes, so they can get their schoolwork done. This is Isabel, who has glasses. That's the only thing I've noticed, so I'll keep that in mind. And she's also, I know I'm not your senior, but if you really need help dealing with the others, just let me know. She's taller than us, so we're safe. I'm hurrying across the campus, first thing in the morning, when I spot Damien leaning against a wall. Well, hello there, Slim. Hi, sorry, I can't talk right now. Oh, I don't think I'm allowed to say that to him. He's a senior. He can, I guess, literally make me do anything that's not physically dangerous. Okay, Big Steve said I had to get him coffee right now. Who do you belong to? Me or Big Steve? This is fucking weird. Well, you, but then I think you have time to talk. Don't worry, I won't bite. It's just that I've been thinking about you. Okay. As your senior, I'm supposed to give you commands so that you can demonstrate your obedience. I have to make you do things that you wouldn't want to do. But I don't want to do anything that would hurt or upset you in front of people. Oh well, thanks. He's not trying to actively ruin my social status here. I want you to write me a love letter. This is a setup. An extremely romantic love letter. I want you to proclaim your undying passion in words with hearts and flowers sealed with a kiss. See, you're embarrassed. That makes it a good challenge for your initiation, and a good souvenir for me too. This is fucking blackmail. He's gonna use this against me in the future. Hand it to me by midnight, and your task is complete. And make sure it's juicy. You better hurry and get Steve his coffee now. Right. Are you doing homework? No. I'm trying to write a stupid love letter. It's for initiation. I'm supposed to write a really romantic love letter. See, I can say his voice is like butter, or his teeth are like knives. This depends on how much he likes to be seen as dangerous. I suspect he probably does. So I might go with that, as long as he doesn't have a secret desire to be told his voice is like butter, which is possible, but I can't know that, so I'm going to go with knives. The steel of a knife is not as sharp and as strong as your teeth. That doesn't sound much like a love letter. Well, it's not a real love letter anyway, right? It's supposed to be really over the top, so maybe I should stop trying to make it make sense. I look out of the window. Your mind is like the sky. It's huge, and when it gets dark, there are stars in it. That doesn't make much sense, but I'm sure I can make it sillier. I want to sail to those stars on my hoverboard and circle them with my magical pen to make them change color. And then I will bring them together in an explosion of romance. Yours, Slim. That's very strange. Well, I got 5 points of weird for that. I don't think I have good love letter handwriting though, and I don't have any cutesy stationery. I do. I could copy it over for you if you want. Really, thanks. I hand over my scribbled version, and she produces a small pad of pink paper decorated with flowers. Now I can deliver this thing and forget about it. This is going to put him off me forever. Today you'll be learning about green magic, the magic of life. This is a very important skill for any witch or wizard to have, especially when you get to a certain age. Your body is a garden to be cared for. Fuck me. If she starts trying to sell me essential oils, then it's time to get out of there, I think. If it can heal, it can kill. What happens if you force something to grow the wrong way quickly? What is it with Professor Potsdam and getting these fucking questions? First she gets a question about, can I make a skeleton walk around on its own? And now it's this guy, boy, asking if you can heal something to death. Why would you want to do that? Oh, she's too innocent, actually, because you don't like the life in front of you. This guy is a problem. Well, if that's your plan, I can look forward to working with you for a very long time. Life has its own flow. You can change it, but the harder you push, the more energy you'll need. To cause a great change in an instant takes immense power. So you better get started. The love letter I helped you write, somebody gave it to Professor Grabiner, and then he did a spell to find out who wrote it, and he blamed me and said he wouldn't listen, so now I have detention. And I've never had detention in my life, and how would that letter get to the professor? I gave it to Damien. I stomped through the halls, driven by the fires of righteous fury. Even the seniors I pass on my way won't dare challenge me. Falcon Hall, home of the pretty boys. He must be around here somewhere. Damien. Is my favourite freshman looking for me? I jabbed my finger into his chest. You gave my love letter to Professor Grabiner. You read it out in front of everyone and then did a spell to find out who wrote it, and now my roommate's got detention. Your roommate? She had better handwriting than me, so she rewrote it on pink paper to make it look cute. She did me a favour and now she's being punished for it. I hope you're happy. I was telling some of the guys how I'd made a freshman write this letter for me. They thought it was funny, the very idea of a girl writing a love letter to someone like me. When I was at class yesterday, somebody broke into my room and stole the letter. I thought they were only going to use it to tease me. I never imagined they'd try to use it against you. And I had no idea your roommate was involved. First I'm going to apologise to your roommate in person. Then I'm going to go to Professor Grabiner. If somebody gets detention for this, it should be me. Ellen? Damien's here to apologise. Some bully stole his love letter to pick on him. He said he'll go to the professor and explain. That's alright, he doesn't have to. What? William already did. He came to check on me, and I told him the whole story, and he's class president, you know, and said he could fix it. Oh. He's very sweet. After the day's activities, we're all called together into the gym again. Just freshmen at first, standing together as a confused herd. Then we hear the sounds of heavy bootsteps, marching in unison. Bow down, look up, you're too tall. Don't turn your back to me, lower, lower. After a few minutes, we're all lying flat on our backs on the floor. And that's when William takes the stage. Welcome, freshmen. It's time for the final phase of your initiation. Blindfolded. What were they planning to do to us? Oop, there we go. Okay. Now I can't see, and I have no idea what's going on. Eventually, I feel a hand touching my shoulder. Sit up, carefully. I stand up with unseen hands under my elbows, steadying me. Then one of those hands pushes me. Hey. Round and round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. I feel myself spun around, passed from hand to hand. Stop. They hold me, swaying in place. For your own safety, do exactly what I tell you. Walk forward, slowly. That voice sounded familiar. Well, whatever, I'll play along. I follow the instructions of the voices and try to guess where I'm going. Through the buildings, out a door, across the grounds. I feel a hand on top of my head, guiding me into a van? I can hear the other people being guided into the remaining seats. Okay, so we're going for a drive to the mall, to a cave, to a hotel, to a secret underground temple. At last we arrive and are carefully ushered out of the car. Surprise! Okay, Damien is saying that it's over, and there's a party, I see. There's soda and barbecue and games and presents from the seniors to their freshmen. You bought me a present? Actually, we were supposed to make them, but I've never been very good at that sort of thing. So, here. He hands me a small box. Inside, I find an object that I don't immediately recognize. It looks like some sort of tool. Maybe a pocket knife? Yes, but my teeth aren't sharper than the steel. This was mine when I was a little boy. I kept it with me as a lucky charm, but now I want you to have it. Thanks. He smiles at me and seems so perfectly happy that I can't imagine anyone would ever think of him as an evil demon. Come on, let's join the party. It's just getting started. All right. Hello, Slim. She grabs my hand. Isn't this a great party? And then she notices Damien. Oh, your senior, William's sister. That's right. I assume you already know each other. Balthazar, Damien. Good week. It's all right. Balthazar here was just telling me about his begonias. Why don't you two talk about that while Slim and I go and get some food? Sure, let's fuck off. I think I'm going to stop here. I know that this is kind of a lie I keep telling, but I will try and do this again. I would really like to keep playing this. I went far longer than I meant to, but my throat is getting really dry now, so for my health, I think I need to end. But thank you very much if you made it this far somehow. Goodbye.